Yeah, hello everybody. Well, it's been out of action for this is probably nearly 5 or 6 weeks since I've made a video, YouTube video. It's we had COVID. I caught COVID first, and then Rob got it off me, and then my wife got it off me. So everyone blamed me. So no one blamed China or Fauci or anything. It's always my fault. But anyway, there you go. So I had a really rubbish three and a half weeks or so. I would get out of bed, did hardly do anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make a a bunch of shorter videos to catch up to where things are at the moment. So this is inside towards the front of the boat. I'm trying to knock off the durads, or what they call those ventilation things on the front of the boat. And I think I'm going to have a case of actually going back up there and knocking them off. You can see all the rust just flying out of there. That's where the screws come down. They must have been glued down as well too, because it took a lot of time and effort to sort of blast all this. Gee, that's a lot of rust. Heck me. Anyway, so I haven't seen this for probably about 6 weeks. So that's just knocking those screws off there, and I think it must have. This is before we got the windows put in, so I'm not too sure that you've seen this one before. But anyway, since then, all the windows have been put in. So that's where the little there was a dome on top, and then the air would come in, and that's what we're going to use as I was going to use as a wet locker. But because I've cleaned out the toilet, the main head area in the salon area, I'm not too sure what we're going to do. So if anyone's got any interest or any opinions or any good ideas, let me know, because when I removed that bench, we cleared up a whole lot of space, and I managed to get some, well, they're not cheap, they're very expensive toilets, but at a discount from Southern Seas Marines, from Ray. Longer seat toilets, like a full-sized home toilet. Still a little bit short, but they're about the biggest thing that you can get on the market here. They're all fully containing all the pumps and macerations and stuff like that, and we're going to hook it up to a fresh water system. Rob's been hard at it, doing welding and fabricating for different bits and pieces. You can see this is quite a little while back, because there's the old capstan there underneath, the old not capstan, windlass, the chain lock winch. Now, I had a funny feeling about it, but I think I said that in one of the other videos. Took it off, completely rusted, and was not working underneath. It was all rusted and seized. Since then, Rob's done a fair bit of fabrication trying to fix that issue up. I've gone back in and tried to clean up where the water's been sitting in those gutters there as well too. They'll have to be filled and fed, because we're going to seal that whole compartment off. I'm getting 80 meters of 10-inch chain from Muir. Also we had to buy some wider pipe, which you'll see stainless on because that pipe's too small, and it would get clogged. I don't know how they did things before, but it was not the right way to be going about it. So I'd been working on these jolly silly things for a while, but like I said, we had to go at trying to lift them up and move them, but we didn't get very far with that. This must have been quite a while ago, because I mean that paint's not so good either, and since then the paint has been, and he's done the top bit. He hasn't done the floor here, but I think because the floor's hopefully going to be covered with non-slip, I can do the floor myself. So I said to Rob today, when we finish fabricating the windlass steel up the front there, and also he's done we cut open and manufactured a base for the new helm station that was done just in the last week or so. And that'll be up in a coming video. I'll show that. And then where we go next is on to, I think we're going back down below. Oh no, that's me. We knocked off, that's even before we've cut that out where the power point, basically where I am, close to there. We've cut a hole out and built up a very strong base for the helm station. That was the old helm box. There was two poles with a sort of cross brace piece on there as well too, and so I've cut them off and I'm just grinding them back, and then I'll hit it with some Galmet to seal those and paint them over a little bit later. What else we go on? So yeah, I think that's what's going on there. This is a lot of grinding. Sorry, I should have made it a bit shorter. There's one of the fingers missing from that glove, as you can tell. It's my cup of tea glove, so I'm going to stick my pinky up when I have a cup of tea. Come on, Kimmy, what have you done here? I'll have to edit this to get a bit go. So that's done there. Geez, not looking too slim there, son. Okay, I've done that. And I'll blow this down. What's next? There we go. Okay, back inside. We removed the big water tank, and down inside I'm just cleaning up. I'm wiping over these areas to give it a more hit with Galmet. All those areas I sort of wire brush back and so forth. So that's nothing overly interesting. I might maybe pause this. Okay, the next video is me. That's the. I think I've shown you this before too. That's the fresh water tank that we pulled out of the centre of the bone. It's really disgusting. Oh, the outside is. It was all just rust, and I rusted it with rust remover and cleaned it all up. So it's looking pretty good at the moment. Silent moment. Then I think we're going to shortly show a clip of Rob. Yeah, well, there's underneath it. What a rusty underneath the space.
Rob's back in there doing the last of the cut. Back section of the boat.
Rusted. Back patch the metal.
Thursday or Friday?
Thursday anyway.
And I've been drying out the boat. It's all dry. That's where the water tank.
It's only going to be a short video. It's hanging there.
Hatches off, and I'm going to try to stress
heat up.
today.
This is still that stuff is rusted out. So what we decided to do, we sent
give it a big vacuum out.
We'll send a hatch to a CNC manufacturer.
See where we are.
Cut out like a 1-inch frame trim, which we're going to weld in there. There you can see that's the keel. That's the lead keel underneath the rusted. Yeah, so we've cleaned all that and figured that now. We've been waiting. I've also been waiting weeks to get from ITW more Galmet because that stuff is good as poison. The guy came over today and we dropped off a box finally, and it was the wrong stuff. So it's no good for us. We're going to have to wait another week possibly before we get the Galmet, and then we can actually start really finishing off the whole area. Also, we had a good think about what to do with the fuel tanks.
Doing a bit of an Annie, that one.
So we had a little inspection hole first, and I put a little camera down there. It didn't look too bad, but we opened it up. So we've cut out a large section of access holes on each tank, 2 on each one, because there's a baffle in the middle. That's the two higher tanks. There's one big base tank sitting underneath the engine bay, which we haven't decided on what we're doing there. But
I got a bit scraping out yesterday.
That's going to be a lot harder to get in there, so we'll clean that out as well too. There's
that panel out there,
some coating you can use in diesel engines after you've cleaned it and treated it. It's called Pole 15 or something, which I'll have to be getting on to shortly and finding about that. Things are very tight with the motors. Going to cost us close to bits
and start working around the interior of the hatches and take that
$17,000-$18,000 plus.
Okay. So and then later on I'll get to that.
Even though we got a good deal on it, the old motor I'm going to try to see if we can sell. I still don't know what's going on there. We need to get hold of a Volvo Penta TMD 22 heat exchanger for that motor. and then try to get some money back off that. I think I spent $5,000 getting that pig of a motor, but I've got a new turbo built for it. We've got a new elbow for it. I think that's close to $2,000 there. So I've invested $7,000 it owes me. So, and that's not including any of the time and effort that Rod from Marine Mechanical Solutions has put in. So I really appreciate his help. We finally cleaned out the floor in the engine bay, so that'll be ready for the engine soon too. So in the next 2 weeks, hopefully. Anyway, folks, appreciate your support, and soon we'll set up the new video.